But those things are actually very risky to do. You don't want to do any of those things. But my team didn't like it. They didn't like it.
We found that with that much frequency over an extended period of time, you'll build.
I've got a lot to share with you this week. First, an important conversation we need to have about the things you should not be doing in your business right now, and really the one thing that you should focus on. We also went on some great adventures. We finished the Blue Room in the studio house. I'm excited to show that to you. Came here with the family to tour the Utah State Capitol. When you're starting a business, the most important thing to do to ensure that you're successful as you're getting started is you got to sell something. That's the most important thing, is you want to sell something. But what we tend to do is we've got to create a website, right? We've got to design a logo. We've got to print business cards. We've got to look at space, or we've got to hire an assistant, or we've got to set up social media. I could list hundreds and hundreds of things. There's so many things that we're tempted to do, but those things are actually very risky to do. You don't want to do any of those things until you can get out there and sell something, and you can learn about your audience, and you can see if this proof of concept is going to work. You can see if people want your product or want your service. So ask yourself, have you taken that step? Have you sold it yet? Or are you spending time doing things that aren't actually making you money right now? Well, I am excited to tell you about what we call the Blue Room now. We've been hard at work on this room. The earliest photo I took, we'd already put the tarp down on the carpet, and I'd already painted the walls blue and gray. And then I had a friend of mine, Vic Arnold, start to help me with the lattice work. I already painted the boards white, so he's just nailing up boards that I pre-painted. Here's another photo I took when we were further along in the process. So glad I didn't do this part myself. Vic really did an amazing job. So we finished the lattice work. I had to caulk it, I had to paint it, and then we had to start painting the trim. So I happened to catch a video clip here of when I was painting the closet doors. I had to put 4 coats on the doors in order to get them to look white. So what you're looking here is just the first coat. So we got the room all finished. We pulled up the tarp off the floor and even got the artwork hanging on this thing. But you'll notice in this video clip, I had different art there. I had that frame perfectly sized for this 7-piece art. I just loved it, but my team didn't like it. They didn't like it. So you see below, I got another art piece. The colors worked better according to what my team was looking for, and it actually fit perfectly. So as you can see here, it fits within the frame. Now my goal with painting this room is so that we can use different angles. So this is actually what you see if you look over this direction. And if you're over in that corner facing this way, this is what you see. And then I wish I could say I did these myself, but I hired a professional to come and install these window shutters. So they match a lot better. Okay, here is the new home we found for this 7-piece artwork. So as you've seen, I'm turning lots of different bedrooms into complete different filming sets, each with multiple different angles. And why do we do that? What are the advantages of doing that? The simplest answer right off the bat is variety. It's nice to have variety, and I actually love a multi-location strategy. You'll notice that the format of my episodes, I film in so many different locations, from the beach to this forest of trees to different rooms in my studio house. We film a lot. Oftentimes we're filming with 2 clients at the same time, so it just allows us to have a lot of variety to create a really good experience for our clients, and mixing it up all the time. And when we're filming 23 clients that we need to film 20 episodes a month, yeah, we're filming nonstop.
And then ingredient number 5 is quite a big requirement. You have to launch 5 episodes per week. We found that with that much frequency over an extended period of time, you'll build this relationship, I guess, with the YouTube algorithm where there's trust, they know what to expect, and you've got enough of a foundation that YouTube will really start to promote you. So this strategy really lays a solid foundation of search in the first several months. And when you look at the analytics, you'll see that search is where most of your traffic is coming from. Search traffic continues to incrementally go up, but by percentage, you're starting to get more of that promotion traffic. We usually call that suggested or browse.
So many people are surprised when they hear how many episodes we film every month, right? We launch 5 episodes a week. Well, I want to talk about it from a different perspective because there's a huge advantage to high quantity on YouTube. See, going viral or getting that suggested traffic or that spike that we talk about, it's actually really hard and it's really rare. It's so unpredictable. You just test and you tweak and it's so hard. It's fleeting for so many people. But what is predictable is the search strategy that I talk about. So that's why we talk about search and answering these questions, right? But if you follow that strategy and you do high volume, you do quantity, right? You've got episode after episode after episode after episode, then you know that you're targeting the right audience, right? You know that you're generating leads, you know that you're profitable without relying on it going viral, right? Without it relying on that suggested traffic. But when you put hundreds of these episodes out there, chances are one of them is going to spike and take off, and then you can learn from it and make it happen again. And so you can make that transition into your channel. So it's just so smart to start your channel this way because you start out profitable, right? You're building your audience, and then when you do have a spike, you can grow from there.
So my family really enjoyed the state capitol. We learned a lot of history and what goes on there. It was a neat experience to be able to see that. Now I wanted to show you the statue of Brigham Young. I've actually been studying his life recently and I'm really impressed. I actually have a lot of pioneer ancestors that traveled across the plains with Brigham Young, and so it was really cool to kind of piece all these things together. There are a lot of movies filmed in Utah, lots of diverse landscapes and whatnot, and this display case kind of highlights some of those. And when I zoomed in, one of the director's chairs has my name on it.
Now, I don't want to talk a lot about bookkeeping, but for years I used QuickBooks, right? Everybody uses QuickBooks Online or whatever. It is really complicated, it's really cumbersome, and there's a lot of challenges that I've had over the years. So for the past year or so, I've switched to You Need a Budget, YNAB. I think it's ynab.com. That's all I'm gonna say. This isn't sponsored by You Need a Budget, but I am very happy. It's so simple and it's helping me do my bookkeeping a lot better.
So this has become one of our favorite rooms to film in, but there's a little bit of an echo, like if you clap. So I've got these felt panels and I'm putting them on the ceiling. Let me show you where we're going. So many of you look at all the things that I'm doing in my business and you think, wow, I should be doing all those things too. If I want my business to be successful, I need to do those things. But the reality is I'm approaching 12 years in my business. And so a lot of the things that you see me do, you should not be doing in the beginning. So again, just focus on making sales. Talk to customers even before you buy your domain name or set up your business entity. See that you have a valid business idea first. Start making sales. But when you make a sale, then you can create the product to fulfill on it, or then you can set up the business entity, or then you can solve this or that because you need to fulfill on that, but you've got revenue coming in.